Hello everyone, I am T001 aka the Senate, and we are back with City Skylines 2 Cape Solarian Part 1.7. Let's play Tourist. Now, what we're going to do for this part, and I might be chopping it up into sections given the city is now so large, is that we were looking at basically dropping down the first person view because we have a mod to do it, and playing tourist or citizen walking around and catching public transport in various parts of the city. And the way I had it in mind as we put this off but bring this on, by the way, music is by City Planner Plays, all credits and respects go to him, link in the YouTube channel below, description below. But what we were going to do is we were basically going to take a look at how or where, more to the point, we were going to go in walking around the city. Now the problem is the difference between that and that is this was done at 185,000, while this is now at 225,000. So the slideshow I was going to show ain't going to work. So we're just going to basically knuckle into it and just get around. Now, because the city is so large and I'm needing to pay constant attention to it, we might be chopping it in two halves, which is distinctly on how the map is, the two sides of the city, given in part 3 we will be stitching over from the old side, which is on the downtown and city centre side, to the Monaco side. Part 2 is Sheffield Square and probably down to Tamaheri Acres and Karaka now, given we have a new power plant being brought online. So I think I will cut it into 1.7.1 and 1.7.2, just given how big the city is now, and I have to constantly keep going, over. So what we will do is we'll see if there's an aircraft there we can fly into, and basically what we will do from that is once we fly in is we will, and I'll keep it in top down for now, is that we will catch the metro catch the metro line over from the airport into Brightwater. We won't push on to Karaka yet, nothing to see there yet. And then we'll take a look around Brightwater, including our rural area. Once we've done that, we will jump back on the metro, back over to Sheffield Square, and we'll take a walk through Bluff and Sheffield Square before catching the bus through to the western side of downtown. At the moment the map is pointing north to the western side of downtown, where we will catch a bus up into Cape Solarian Point, where we will go for a walk around there before catching the bus back over to the cruise line terminal, before taking another bus back out into Pearl Crest, to which then we'll jump into Newmarket, back into downtown, cross over into the city centre, uptown, follow that through, back over into Newmarket, where we're likely to stop. Could cross into the Port District as well and come back over, but we're likely to stop into Newmarket before we catch the bus back down into downtown. And then in the next set part, 1.7.2, catch the train out into Monaco, tour Monaco, tour the big industrial complex, and then finally go out to the island, and then we will jump over into 1.2, and this is just going to continue to be totally overwhelmed. So before we even take off, Right, team, we will be right back. Let's get going on this, shall we? Let's go and go to the airport, find an aircraft. He's going away, so he's no good to us. Please tell me you just went. This is going to be the problem. It's pitch bloody black at the moment. I can't see. Might just jump straight into. Let's try one more. He's going away. He's actually carrying a lot out. He's coming in. In fact, I'm actually going to have to start stepping up aircraft soon. Oh, okay. Oh, he's on the final approach, but oh well. That's fine. Let's get going. First stop, the airport, then out to Brightwater. And there's going to be a lot of jerkiness as I switch camera views. So it's just patience. Oh, there goes all notions of physics out the window. So as you can see, it's coming to 6 o'clock in the morning and the sun is rising, and it's rising currently behind the aircraft. And you can see the auroras in the moon. So yeah, part 1.7.1 will cover the western side of the city, the older part of the city. 1.7.2 will cover the newer side of the city. So the old side being downtown and Newmarket, the new side being Monaco. Oh, there goes the rocket. It's always wonderful to see. And remember, music by City Planet Plays, who you can find on YouTube, link in the description below. Ooh, C77. There we are, docking to the gate. And away he goes back out. So we just come back out, as I said, just mind the jerkiness, and as you'll see periodically I'll have to check from time to time what's going on. So there's another reason why I have to cut it in two, because infrastructure is needing upgrades real quick. So we've gone through the airport, we've gone through customs. Let's go and catch a metro train out. This is one. Arrives, and look, we've actually got one. Where's he going? And then I wonder if he's going Brightwater, so Karaka and to International. Yes, he's going the right direction. And which way? He's coming in. So this is going to be our puppy out of here. See, it's daylight. You can tell from these that we need to do a lot of touch-ups on the game code. Like I should be able to allow it to do city policies to enact insulation to block out the noise. And also cut down on your heating bill. I think that was allowed in CS1. Just waiting for the train to depart. And away we go, so let's get on. Next stop, Brightwater. So the urban gameplay that I do is, well, first of all, given that I'm from altitude for New Zealand, you'll notice I do left-hand traffic. That's going to be a given where I come from. But the thing is also you will notice when right at the beginning is that there's urban islands being stitched up together. That's the so-called composite urban model, where you have your core city centre, which is on the right-hand side of the train at the moment.
Has anyone seen my keys?
Oh, keys. Lost my keys.
What? We're in the air?
So there's the city centre, but then you have all the urban islands built around, like Monaco and that, Newmarket, and so on, as you can see as you go out. Brightwater and so on. And that way it adopts the 15-minute city model where your local amenities are nearby, but all the islands are linked up together around a few core nodes, such as the city centre, which is now coming to our right.
Thank you for listening
to other nodes such as Brightwater, as we see, and it all interlinks together rather than the monocentric model. Although when this all links up, this will become leaning towards the polycentric model, even though we still have a central core. So around we go. Technically, also, this is our first industrial complex too. There's the city centre, and out to the downtown. You can see the new nuclear power plant in the distance. Effectively, we just needed it because the city was just growing so fast. But yeah, that's the gameplay. Left-hand traffic and the composite urban model. So basically, urban islands, interdependent and all semi-linked together around a central core, or even two central cores. So as we come, you can see the new power plant in the back, and we're coming into Brightwater, one of the urban islands which has its own little metropolitan centre. So with also the urban composite model, you have your cores, your city centres, or your heavy industrial complexes. The little islands on the outside, and I'll get the picture of it in a minute, are your metropolitan centres. So I'll go and pull it up once we pull into the station. So we'll be getting off here. Right, we are dropping down to, we do the composite model. So basically you still have your core city centre. So if I was to go back out to that first image, you can see that you have the city centre, which is technically in the middle of this, but to the left, because remember up is pointing north, and then you've got all the, you can see the little areas like metropolitan, these would be metropolitans or industrial complexes popping up, and they will still exist as you do the stitching. Just look at Auckland in real life with its 2 city centres and 10 metropolitan centres and how they're stitched up by the transport network. The same principle applies here, so the composite model. So it allows you to work and play local, but it also allows those regional connections as well, while recognising you still have your cores that drive the bulk of your economic output. So let's drop down, and if I can remember this properly, actually I'll be a good player and remember what it was. I keep forgetting. Alt F. So let's drop down. And we have dropped pretty much on the main road leading to the station. Yeah, there's the station there. So if I just do the run quickly. There's the station, so basically, and we're in the Brightwater set of districts. So we have effectively now, just a quick rule of thumb. I can't, this, because the way the game does, it's the same as CS1. I can't walk across bridges or into tunnels. I have to be in a vehicle to do it. So if you see me do a switch out, that's why. But as you see, that's the station we've come out of. Dropped out, we've come down the lifts, and we're now inside, yeah. So we are now on one of the feeder roads that service it. And of course, I always allow for some basic services so we can grab some food, drink, and away we get going. So So as you can see, I'll walk this way because this is going to be easier. As you can see in the urban form, and I'll probably use another way of crossing over in a minute. Parking for the most part is usually off-street. Periodically there'll be on-street if I've forgotten about it, or just it doesn't faze me because it's not causing problems. But also at the same time, parking is also paid for. Sorry boys, no free parking for the Ford Ranger or the Ford 150. Now, another thing we also just have to realise is that one thing, and for those who follow me professionally in real life, I will have a big saying: mixed use is king. That is commercial and office, and or office on the bottom, residential on top for the small stuff. So this is the 3-story stuff, which is odd, and the 6-story stuff or higher. See all this busy. And the 6-story stuff, which will be things like over here, you would have commercial on the bottom, office in the middle, and residential on top. Your office can also be traded out for civic as well. So that's actually just straight commercial. So mixed use is always king, especially around your transit centres like this. If I was to just drop back this way quickly, we'll go down the footpath. We would walk onto a pedestrian wall. Very crowded walkway. Look at them all go. This is a good thing. And there's the bus station to go and join our transfer. I just noticed it. So we will be. No, we won't be taking the bus back. We'll be jumping on the metro back to Sheffield Square. But effectively, what I have done here. Now, this is a good problem to have. Rather than traffic jams, which are currently on the motorway. Now I do still allow single use with residential and commercial, but you'll notice the predominant style of play, especially around transport hubs, is mixed use. Mixed use is king, green, straight, and that is because I'm doing transit-orientated developments, usually within about 800 metres to a kilometre of the station. The reason for that. Look at all these walkers. I should actually have that. Sorry, I actually paused. Allows for a lot more walking, a lot more taxis, a lot more public transport. Now, if we had bikes, which is not available in CS2 yet, much to my disappointment, is the metro lines. And you can see we're coming on to some medium density stuff. It allows for all this walking. Road, and there's some buses. There goes the metro line. Whoop! The user error there. Let's keep boarding the bus. We're just running because we're a runner IRL. Excuse me, taxi. So then to city coach. Roundabouts are also what I like to use predominantly as round because roundabouts are just OP. Absolutely overpass. We're looking back towards the city centre, and that's out towards the airport. It's a regional airport, you can see there. So as we pop down this road, you can see that we've got some single use going, because most of your mixed use is near the transport. So this ends up just supporting, and I think it's a lot of, I think it's low density offices kicking in given its electronics, and low density commercial. Now it is coming to rush out the game. It's the bus depot. So we'll just go for a run. Yeah, we've got offices out here. Some high, some low. It's a shame they don't have medium density offices or mixed use commercial offices at medium density. We do have commercial, residential, commercial office thanks to a mod, but not commercial office, which would be good as well because that usually pans out in most cases. There's the garbage truck on its way. I think we're passing some civic infrastructure. Okay, that's coming from the station earlier. I've just gone the long way. There goes the metro line. So that leads out to Karaka, a new area. So you can see there's our brand new nuclear power plant. The city had outgrown its existing power infrastructure, which was geothermal, wind, solar, and battery. So the city hasn't done too bad for itself. I think that's a post van, isn't it? Yep. Going to the school, past the radio tower, and now we're getting out to the residential areas. Could still see a lot of walking though. It's a fit preference. It's a shame we don't have biking yet. That would have been really wonderful. It's the maintenance facility. Yeah, more mixed use. Mixed use is king. Speed limit is default to 40 on our two-laners, so that is pedestrian friendly for out here anyway. More residents moving in, I assume. Yeah, it could even be more mixed use. You can see the sun's rising over the ranges and roundabouts. I do like using this road also quite a lot. It's a nice little laneway. Not pedestrian, it has pedestrians, but roadway. Works really wonderful when you tuck into your tight urban areas, which we will cover later. Now we're coming on, what is the post office? Yep, just get blinded by the sun. Coming into our single use now as we start making our way out. Here's your shops. Got all sorts out here. 40 million petrol stations. Haha, not real life. Bars, so if that was night time, it would be as noisy as anything. Fire station, supermarkets. Oh, got even an ATM, anyone need cash? The reason why I'm shooting all the way out here, we've just crossed into a dirt road. Building, this is all the density stuff. Crossing into our rural areas. So out here we have all our farms. I think there is a bridge there, and also out here as well across this small street. So feeds our city, and as I'll expand the farms more later on. We do have a crossover. So we will end up naturally crossing back down here and out to the subway. As I said, bridges don't quite work. So we're just going for a bath. And cross into absolutely beautiful little rural areas. Supporting the economy and all that. Nice day to go for a walk. Oh, garbage truck is out. You too could own your own farm, because I've got to extend the farms later on. Someone out for a walk. Probably need to take a bath again because we swing back in. Whoops, across the paddock. You can see the city going out to the city centre, so the Nuka. We'll head back towards Brightwater now and get ready to go on to our next area, which is Sheffield Square. So that's the radio mast we need to lock onto, because that's where we go. Well, actually that tower there's where we need to lock onto, because that's where we go. So, beautiful country, not so far from the city. Now this is the Cape Calvin map, which had the rural areas painted out for you. You just needed to backfill it with farms. So you can see why you've got things. Oh look, we've got other people going to work. Got a small amount of residential in here. We mix it up a bit. So some wealthy, these would be wealthy estates and that. Yep. Very wealthy estates in here. Oh, there goes the rocket. So we're getting about 5 flights a day out of it at the moment. Post office, or post box. Isn't that so cute? Now, if it would be jumping the fence and taking a bath. Nope, go back along. Ha, portable homes. Very topical at home at the moment. And yeah, we do have a bridge for them to go without. As I said, I can't walk up bridges, so we'll just short circuit that. Someone admiring the view. Oh, they're playing spotting because the airport's just over there. Good for them. Anyway, let's shoot back to the bus depot. Sorry, the metro, and let's head over to Sheffield Square. See, you got some more upper class homes. Oh, we could catch the bus, but I'll... Actually, no. Should we catch the bus? I think we should. Right, on the bus we go. Once it gets going, I have got a mod that does actually kick it into action if it stops for too long. Heading back to the station to head out to Sheffield Square. One thing I also, someone needs the budget, I like is lots of parks. You can never have enough parks, in my opinion, for your citizens of all ages. Some medium density stuff coming up. And we're looking directly ahead towards the city centre with the big tower at the back. Cheap either. So your row houses. The default speed of it is set to 40, which is still very good at printing. Back on mixed use. Again, music buys and data plays, link in the description below. We are currently on the Brightwater loop, heading back towards the metro station to head out to Sheffield Square. winter and likely to be rush hour. Just past rush hour actually. We're actually now doing the normal daytime, and we're at 231,000. There goes the rocket. A bit like Gattaca, where the rockets were constantly lifting off for their deep space missions. There she goes. You'll notice in most cases I don't do a lot of on-street parking. It follows somewhat the Japan model of you park it off street or you don't own a car at all. Of course there'll be places you would like to know where there is on street. And it sort of comes down to whether I come back and remove it or just leave it alone. Example here. It's not interfering with anything at the moment, so I will leave it alone. This is all the medium density mixed use, residential, commercial. Another reason why I won't often provide parking is some of these commercial facilities and office facilities already do, so why am I providing it? That said, throughout the city, you pay for your parking on street. And any parking I provide off street. That can range from $10 right up to $50. Sorry, similar ones. Right, we're returning to the bus depot. Given how busy this is, I'll just jump off, do an emergency jump off here, and we'll head on to the train back over to Sheffield Square. And here comes our train now. So this is one of the biggest lines. Those lines you saw are the citizen pathfinders, so I can tell where my citizens are off to, if I need to. Alright, I'm ready to go as we jump over to Sheffield Square. Who knows where this one's going? Oh, taking a fair whack going back out. Train to go, then I'll get on it. It's off to Karaka. Go. One thing about elevated is you get to see all the views. So there's the rocket base, just off in the back behind the control tower, just come back into view. That's Karaka and the power station. We've got the regional here. We're now the city centre to the slight right and downtown to the left, Sheffield Square with rocket before it. There's the regional airport, the international airport behind. There's the city centre, Monaco, way over there. Go. The train yard. I think it's actually the subway yard. Yeah. Here we we go, we're coming back into the main part of the city. This is Sheffield Square and Autumn Bluff. So Sheffield Square will be stitched up as part 2.0. Here we go. And there'll be a lot of Sims waiting to get in. Shopping. So we'll just... go. Let's go. The way the camera works is it jumps automatically back over. But the good thing about doing this is you can see where it is. So Sheffield Square, so this is going to get stitched up as part of 2.0, and we do Solarian Shores. Yep, there's the tip. This is Autumn Bluff, home of the intelligence agency. And then you have downtown, the city centre, and then Monaco is further to the right beyond that. And if you want to know where Brightwater is in the grand scheme of things, we've just come from over there. So let's drop down. Nothing much to see here, but this is how you'll see how the high density work, because we have public housing. Low rent housing, and we also have the high density stuff as well, which from time to time they'll pack up a stink. It's like a case of, well, quite literally. Okay, let's drop down. And of course the noise might start picking up here, so my voice could be drowned out a bit. So we are now down in Sheffield Square. There is, again, the metro station, and again, this is somewhat a transit-orientated development. Look at all the Sims. Again, oh dear, a good thing. This is a good thing to see them all in motion. So let's go for our walk. Not much to see through here, but this is how the higher density looks. Especially when you've got things like high density residential, high density commercial, and the low rent housing kicking in. And then we'll be catching one of these buses, either the red or the cyan one, back out to, I think it might be, I need to just check my bus routes on over to the downtown passenger ocean liner terminal, because I want to use the buses there to get to Solarian Point. So another thing I also will do is you'll see a lot of one-way roads. This is an excellent way to, this is the bus we're likely to catch, going up to downtown terminal. And this is the second one that was there to help back it up. But I also use a lot of one-way streets, especially in high-density areas, especially if I've got something like a cargo terminal, a passenger terminal, or public transport terminal, because it just filters the traffic better, especially when you've got a lot of complex and conflicting movements, both pedestrian and vehicle alike. And of course, yes, I love using transit lines. They're not quite working to their full extent in CS2, but they work well enough. So this is where we'll be catching it from, this little wee bus station in here. Which also has a taxi stop as well. So look at all the pedestrians go. There goes the metro line back over to downtown, and we've even got a food truck. And there is a chapel, which is a customer asset. So with 2.0, when we get to part 2.0 of the city stitching, we will be, here's the rocket base, stitching this all up with urban form to link it all up back towards Brightwater and the airport. So at the moment these guys have got some pretty prime views into pretty much green space at the moment. The lucky people. Right, let's head over into Autumn Bluff, and then we'll catch the bus out. Because there's a part that the bus route will go through that shows another side of gameplay that I do. That is, we have our detailers, and then we have our macros detailers. Those who use the zone, the big items. Look at all these people go. Again, a good problem to have. Oh, we're going to have pedestrian crowding yet again. And this is, I think this is the main road heading back into downtown. There goes the metro. That's a lot of pedestrians wanting to cross, and that could mean I might need to improve that intersection. Yes, we are into Autumn Bluff, so it means actually what I want to do is I don't want to use that bridge, because I'll use the bus to come out. In fact, if anything, if you give me a few seconds, you're going to see this in action. I am going to have to. Whoop. It's the only catch this game is it likes doing this to me. So we are going to shoot across, but we'll shoot across from the busway. This is a good thing about the walkthroughs, is it also is telling me whether I need to see, that's too cheap. Improve things like intersections or not. We do have advanced split phasing, but the pedestrian phase is going to probably have to be increased to 3.5 times. And that should just move that along. Right? Yeah. That would just allow more pedestrians just to effectively get across the road. While I'm at it, oh, it is a one-way. I could increase that to a... and just make sure that is flowing in properly. They'll adjust themselves. This is one. That's because everyone's crossing the road from Autumn Bluff into Thick. And if I was to check, okay, so the red bus is there. Back. Oh, because they cross through here. Yeah, I'm just going to make sure which buses turn around. These ones, so that is downtown Sheffield Square, because there's two of them that serve that line. Okay. So this is a high density area. So again, we'll drop down. Oh, those pedestrians. Alt F. We're going to be one of those, and I'm just going to totally jaywalk across the road. As I can. Center. So away we go. Roundabout connects to downtown one side. This is what it looks like with the higher density mixed use. And that goes over to Brightwater and one of the motorways. So we are now on a busway. I hope that's a taxi using it. Going into this is what the high density stuff looks like. And again, we're just going to take a bath. So this is what the high density looks like. This is the low rent stuff. So we do have affordable apartments in the city. Also, pedestrian malls are used a lot. So this is what it looks like with the high, yeah, as I said, the high density stuff. Why this is all busway now is to keep the cars out of here so we don't back it up. It also encourages public transport. Woohoo, we're racing the bus. I'll let them actually get ahead. So I think this is one of our multi-purpose parks, which I'm going to cut across. Yep. There's the playground. Actually, oh. Homeless, that's the bug in play. Sorry, this is the passage connector path. So we've just shot back over to the other side. You can see the metro line. Again, this is all our high density stuff, backed up with commercial. You can see without the public transport. Again, I've just left the on-street parking alone. It's not causing problems. Wow, doggos. And this is where the busway currently ends. We'll be actually probably catching that bus. This is past one of the big urban schools. So we have urban schools and urban high schools. Space saving, land-wise. Jam up in here. It's always going to be busy outside of school. Okay, so the reason why this is happening is the bus stop is actually technically in the wrong place. So if you give me 2 seconds, you're going to see a live adjustment of this done. And there goes the rocket again. I'm just going to go and find it now. Yeah, because it's going into the bus station. So. Something to eat. Milkshakes, mojitos or alcoholic. See, now they'll just move along. If there's no passengers needing to get on or off, the bus just goes straight through. Just back up to the metro, so we'll follow down. So I think this is where the big... Whoop. Yeah, that's where the big intelligence agency is. I think that's a taxi stop too, isn't it? Is that a bus stop? That'll be a bus stop, it'll be for the red light. So that's the intelligence agency, and then again we've got more high density going through, and that will lead back through to the metro station. One thing I was to do with corner sites is I'll start placing pedestrian paths. So in real life, you would have these pedestrian ways cutting through as well. So let's go and catch the bus. There it is. Catch one of the buses over to the terminal so we can go into Cape Solarian Point, where we're going to actually have to stop. This is actually going to be cut up in 4 seconds than I thought. That's the only quirk of this, is it always shoots off to somewhere else where I don't want it to. Wrong way. Let's get on him. quite interesting listening to all this ambient city noises. As I said, one good thing about dropping down to this mode, not only do I get to see what the city looks like from this mode, I can find out all the problems too. And they will always crop up. Most of them usually because you didn't anticipate, or it's what I call, it's a good problem to have because it means your city is functioning well. Now this bus line is, as I've mentioned, in 1.5 and 1.6. It needs to be upgraded to tram because we're just moving too many. It's just moving so many people. Buses max out at 80 on a standard, 150 on the new higher capacity I've got, and the trams can get up to 400. So as you can see in the thing there, this is a very, very busy service. Telling me of choke points, but those other buses are catching up and they're still struggling. And there goes a bugged dog. Starting to catch up there. Just get the high capacity buses down here. It's just gone after lunch. In fact, we're going to have to stop once we get to catch there because I've got to go and do some zoning in the existing areas. Approaching the downtown. As you said, the buses are just absolutely struggling on the return side back to Bluff and Sheffield Square. This is where the rail depot used to be when I first started the city. This has now been moved out to Karaka, but this is where it used to be. So at the moment I've just fenced it all off, but this would be a good place to do some detailing, a scene or something, to reflect an old rail line that was once in the middle of downtown, now gone. Railway line, the main line's still functional, but the old depot's long gone, just leaving the sidings. beach down here, one of several in the city. Previously, before the depot was, when the depot was there, this was actually nothing. This was not connected up to the downtown, so you had to go all the way around. But I'm going to step up these once I've finished getting to this, put the big 150 buses in here. This is getting a little bit on the silly side. This is approaching tram levels. But yeah, once I moved the depot, I opened this up and now it's formed a very nice boutique area. We're at the ocean depot. Back to the fender, I'm going to need to put some traffic lights in here as well. Actually, these stop signs should be enough because they should be basically filtering. So we are at the ocean depot. Transfer to another bus out to the castle at Cape Solarian Point, and where we're going to stop for this one because I've got to go and start taking care of zoning issues. And that bus is expired anyway. So started from. So first fix we've got to do is actually move him. Around the corner, and that should sort that particular issue out. Second issue we had to sort out was the stop. Our under stop and lights. Hope. So I am going to quickly actually, how many people have we got showing up? As I said, this is where the old rail depot is, so you can see the gentrification that's gone on while the main line still gets used. As that heads out to Krakow, the existing depot. This is a bug in the game. And what we will do, that is right in my ear. Bug in the game. So we're at the ocean terminal. And we're looking for a bus to get out on. Passengers. What I should do try it out again. Cape Solarian Point, which is actually a gated community under the policies. No rocket? Oh, you won't see from here. Doggos everywhere. Now on Cape Solarian Point, which is typically a gated community, and that's a lot of people. And arts and the scope. And coming into rush hour. So when we do the Newmarket run, that will be nighttime, so you'll see the city in nighttime economy in effect. This is where our first mixed use was done when the new 3-story mixed use assets came out as a mod, or an asset pack actually. As you see, they work very well. $50K for 4-lane roads, $60K for 6-laners. Look at our problem getting some good local goods here. Look at what's in those jars. Very exclusive out here, given this is a gated community. And yeah, so the city noise also drops away as well. It's Russia. Still a lot of way. So this is Cape Solarian Point, which is an exclusive area. Basically just on all the way to over here. And this is where we will do our evening walkabout in part 1.7.2, and then we will catch the bus from here to meet up with another bus that will flow through into here, where we will do a quick walk around and Hillcrest and Newmarket before heading out to the city centre and Monaco. Now the last thing I just want to check is, you see, this is not working effectively, which creates problems in of itself and absolutely overwhelms this. But this is where we will leave 1.7.1, where we flew into the airport, did a tour around Brightwater, quick tour of Sheffield and Bluff before changing buses at the cruise terminal and heading out to Solarian Point, where we will watch the sun go down.
For our newer, less able listeners, first,
after that, we will head into Hillcrest and Newmarket, which were the founding points of the city. We're then going to jump into part 2, which is doing Sheffield Square, because look at all our demand, and we're about to chill out
without further ado, let's raise the curtain.
all our land in here. Stave that off, and then part 3 is doing the big stitch up into the city centre, which is going to be needed sooner rather than later. But as we go through the in between parts, like between part 2 and 3, we're likely to jump over into the city centre and out to Newmarket. It's just the way everything's going at the moment in the city that is in a very rapid growth phase. And look, there goes the rocket again. And how fitting timing. So we will leave you there. We will come back in part 1.7.2, looking at the sunset as the sun gets ready to go down, before moving on to the next part of our city. I'm Palpatine 001, aka the Senate, and as always, in this case, walk safe.